Good day. This is Entrevista Exclusiva in English, live from Balibol, Bobonaro. Australia's ABC International Development has played a meaningful role in supporting media growth and cooperation across the region, including in Timor-Leste. Today we will be discussing the depths of this partnership, the progress made so far, and the vision for the future. And so joined with us today is the head of the ABC International Services, Claire Gorman. Good day, and thank you very much for being with us today.
Thank you so much for having me. It's an honor.
I'd like to start off by asking, this month, we commemorate the 50th anniversary of the Balibol 5. We're 5 Australian journalists who lost their lives here in 1975. And so what significance does this moment hold for you and for ABC, given their lasting legacy in the region media history?
Yeah, thank you. It's a really good question, and I think the story of the Balibol 5 really goes to a couple of really core questions for us as media practitioners. And the first one of those really is around media freedom and the safety of journalists. So as the ABC, a public broadcaster for all media across the globe, we think that journalists should be protected in the work that they do, and they shouldn't be the target of harassment or military harassment in particular, but they should also be safe in the zones that they're going in to report on, whether they're in conflict or whether they're in peacetime. So there's that question about the safety of journalists sort of more broadly, which I think that's Balibol 5 really highlight those issues, the story of the Balibol 5. And the other one, I suppose, is just really about transparency in government and governments operating in good faith for their people, and also ensuring that what they do is transparent and accountable, and then the media has the role within a democratic society of holding government to account and ensuring that issues are investigated according to the needs in the public interest and according to the needs of the people.
Okay. Well, it is for certain that Australia's ABC International International Development has played a meaningful role in supporting media growth and cooperation across regions, as well as in Timor-Leste. How would you describe the nature of cooperation between ABC International Development and the media organizations in Timor-Leste?
We always for a start, as the ABC, the Australian Broadcasting Corporation, we are the largest public broadcaster within our region. Certainly around the Pacific and in Timor-Leste, the ABC is a very large public interest media organisation and the largest of its kind. So with that, we think there comes a responsibility to support other media across our region to ensure that journalists are trained, that media organisations have the capacity to do their jobs. That's something that benefits us all within the people of the region. It's the great joy of being a public broadcaster, is you can think about those sorts of things and think about what is in the public good. It's also very much in our interests and in Australia's interests to support media within the markets within our region, within the Pacific and in Timor-Leste, in those media markets, to ensure that the media can perform the role that they play to support democracy and to support the development of people. Those sorts of things are in the interest of Australia, but whenever we go into any market, and Timor-Leste is no exception, we always go in with the posture of being wanting to be in a partnership, so wanting to work together with media to ensure that we're being led by the needs of the media in the country, as opposed to imposing what our ideas for development are in that particular market. And in particular in relation to Timor-Leste, it's a great honour to come in and to learn, for our teams to learn from what's happening within Timor-Leste, to learn more about the country, to learn more about the challenges and opportunities that are present within Timor-Leste for media, and that enables us to do our job better as well. So this is really about forming a partnership with the media sector in Timor-Leste and working out how we can support different media journalists across the whole of the media sector to really perform the role that media plays in a well-functioning democracy.
Okay. How long has ABC been engaged in media corporation activities, and what are some of the areas of collaboration?
So in Timor-Leste?
Yes.
Yeah, so in Timor-Leste really our work began in earnest in 2023. So one of the way that we work is that we don't have funding from within our own organisation to do our development work. We seek funding from the Australian government, and we can take other sources of funding as well. So we've in 2022 started to talk to the Australian government and to partners in Timor-Leste about what we could do to work together with Timor-Leste media to support the media sector and to enhance journalist skills and media capacity in terms of financial sustainability and so on. And so it was around early 2023 that we were really able to kick off with a much more comprehensive program of work. But that's kind of the lead time for that from 2022 to 2023 is also a function of the way we work. So again, a function of that, we're developing our program of work in partnership with local media on the ground, as opposed to coming in with a set array of activities that we do. So we so far we've supported journalism training across the sector, some investigative journalism or in-depth journalism training as well. We've supported for TATOLI some analysis and development work around the web platform for TATOLI News. We've had an executive leadership training program that we have been rolling out, which President Moi has been able to participate in, and we've been really thrilled to have him there with us as well. I was able to meet him in September in Sydney, and we're looking forward to having him back, as well as other media leaders from across the sector, in December in Australia as well. We've got a range of other activities coming up too, but we've helped a number of different media players within the Timor-Leste media market. So in particular, we've worked quite a lot with RTTL, and we have supported RTTL to launch its English language news program. So it started off as a half an hour a week and has moved now to being 2 half-hour programs a week, and that's been quite a concerted element of work, but we have always very happy to be responding to the needs of TATOLI and other players within the media market to ensure that we're able to support those needs, and that we're really responding to what those needs are, as opposed to coming in and imposing what we want to do.
Recently, ABC signed a cooperation note with the Press Council of Timor-Leste. But beyond just the Press Council, what other media organizations in Timor-Leste does ABC collaborate with?
Yeah, look, across the board, we will collaborate with all media across the Timor-Leste media sector. So as you say, we've worked with the Press Council, we're working with TATOLI, and we'll have an ongoing program of work with TATOLI. We've worked with RTTL, the public broadcaster. We've also just recently done some foundations of journalism training with the young journalists from the Balibo community radio station, which I just had the great thrill of being able to present 5 budding journalists with certificates of completion of our Foundations of Journalism program. So, and I think also we've worked with freelance journalists as well in in Timor-Leste as well. So we're very really agnostic around who we work with, and we want to be inclusive. We don't pick winners in any particular media sector, and we're very happy to work across the whole of the media sector, from government through to commercial media. We've also, of course, worked with GMN as well, and have a program of work with them that will be continuing as well.
Okay. Well, speaking of trainings and all sorts of cooperation, how do you think that these training programs contribute to strengthening professional journalism and ethical reporting in Timor-Leste?
All of our work really is designed with our partners with a view to making sure that it's sustainable over a longer term as well. So we're not just coming in, doing an intervention and then leaving and withdrawing and see what happens. So it's really about coming in, working with partners, making sure that what we do has a level of sustainability. So people can continue to build skills, that we work with local media to develop trainers so that those trainers can go on and build the skills from within their own organisation. So that's very much part of it. You know, and the overarching aim always as the ABC really is about supporting media to perform the role that it plays within a society, and in particular within to support a well-functioning democracy. So investigating those issues that are of public interest, being able to report well on those issues that are of public interest, but also creating content that is at times, you know, supporting media to create content that's maybe more of an entertainment bent, or more, you know, sports content, for example, and those sorts of things. We did assist RTTL to cover the the Portuguese language games recently, and that sort of work we really love doing as well, because sometimes it's a little bit about supporting media in a way, a little bit by stealth, I guess you could say, insofar as there's lots of things that you can do with sports content and coverage that's, yes, we all know sport has a value in itself because it's entertaining and it's, you know, showcasing human endeavour, but there's also a lot of other things that you can highlight in that content, and you can highlight, you know, the role of people with disabilities in society when they're excelling on the sporting field, and the role of women in society when they're excelling in the sporting field as well. So it's really about, you know, thinking holistically about the output from a particular media house, and how we can help in all of those sorts of areas that the media house works in, to perform its role, enrich the lives of people who live in the country who are consuming that media, help them to live better, help them to live more informed lives, to be better citizenry, to be engaged in the political process as well.
Okay. Well, looking to the partnerships that ABC is going to have with TATOLI, in what ways does ABC and TATOLI collaborate to share and distribute news content, do you think?
Okay, so we're really looking forward to continuing to support TATOLI, in particular in relation to the development of TATOLI's web service, online news service. We've done some work in supporting the development of that news site, so that it's enhanced for users, and so that it is really maximised for in terms of, you know, the inputs that are required and the cost of it and so on. So really looking forward to doing some more work with TATOLI around that, and making sure that the service that you provide online is the best that it can be. We're also looking at how we can we've got some training coming up with TATOLI actually, where 2 of our trainers are coming in to do some training on mobile journalism. So with that training there will be the delivery of 2 mobile journalism kits. And our 2 expert trainers will be working with, I think it's 4 journalists from within TATOLI to enhance their skills, utilise those mobile journalism kits, really work on their visual storytelling skills. So using that particular, low cost, low intervention method of filming and recording and so on to create great content for the web, video content and so on, and then how to repurpose that content or create that content around different social channels as well, so that it's fit for purpose for those social channels. So really thrilled about that. And another thing that we've been looking at, that we're looking at and talking to TATOLI about at the moment is forming or entering into a larger, more kind of broader relationship, maybe underpinned by a memorandum of understanding, which is not a legally binding document, but a statement of how we want to cooperate and grow together and work together into the future. And some of that will cover that development and journalism training work that we're doing, but it will also cover some ideas that we've got around content sharing as well. So knowing the amount of output that you do across the 4 languages as well, that's an incredible output that, that you've committed to. We have some English language, we have a lot of English language content of course, and we have content that we produce in Bahasa Indonesian as well. So we're talking to TATOLI at the moment about how some of that content might be able to be utilised by TATOLI for your channels. And then also, we will have very much an eye out for what is going on TATOLI. We'll have that opportunity to see if there's other content that we might be able to use for our own services as well, that will provide a bigger and better and richer picture of life in Timor-Leste for audiences across the region, including in Australia.
Okay. Well, from your perspective, how has ABC's cooperation contributed to the overall growth of media and press freedom here in Timor-Leste, do you think?
Look, I'd like to say that we're really working together with media in Timor-Leste to support that. I mean, our role isn't to go into a media market and to drive that forward necessarily. We're really there to come in and work in partnership and make sure that we can help local partners advocate for themselves and for the role that they play in the society in Timor-Leste, and in a well-functioning government system as well, a well-functioning bureaucracy. And sometimes that might be talking about our own experiences about how media works in Australia, and how media might, and journalists in particular, might, for example, do a doorstop interview with a politician. And so sometimes it's just, we're a well-developed media market in Australia, and we have a strong commitment to press freedom, of course. But having said that, Timor-Leste has a better ranking in the Press Freedom Index from Reporters Without Borders than Australia does. So, I think there's opportunity there for us to learn, from one another as well. Yeah.
Okay. What do you think are some of the challenges that still remains in Timor-Leste's media sector, and how can international partnerships like ABC help to address them?
Yeah, look, it's a really good question, and because we work with a large number of territories across the Indo-Pacific region, we get a really great opportunity to have a look at what happens in other markets and what similarities there are and what differences there are, and to kind of draw higher level analyses because of that as well. And I see very much with Timor-Leste, it's a very young country. you've got young democratic you've got a young democratic institution and a relatively very young population as well. But they're small markets, and there's not a high level of financial sustainability within the media sector in particular. And what's happening in terms of digital transformation is overturning the old models of financial sustainability, or financial models that media houses used to rely on. So those, advertising in linear TV, advertising in the non-digital space, in a newspaper and so on, earned a lot more money than what media houses can now earn in the digital space. So really see some of those challenges being around financial sustainability, given that the markets are small, markets are small, and the population's ability to actually pay subscription fees and so on to high quality services is going to be a lot lower than it is in countries that have higher GDP per capita and so on. So you've got that. You've also got the fact that the population is young. In some media organisations, they're constrained because of lower level of revenue capacity to actually pay journalists at a level which can keep them. So often what happens is young journalists come in, they stay for a couple of years, the media house invests in them, skills them up, and they then get poached by government or the non-government organisation sector and so on, and go on to work in communications roles because they're better paid. So that churn of expertise can be a real issue as well. And then just the mere fact that, in Timor-Leste is a small market, and it might be that at times you might be interviewing someone, it might be a hard interview, but you're interviewing someone who your family knows or who you're related to. So sometimes those sorts of impacts can really come into play and make things difficult in terms of, you as a journalist actually playing out your role that you're supposed to do in this nice theoretical, this is what press freedom sort of, way, sort of press freedom, a commitment to press freedom would enable you to do, say, in a country like Australia.
Okay. And finally, Mrs. Gorman, what message would you like to convey to our journalists as well as young media practitioners in Timor-Leste?
I just think, a few messages there actually. It's just one of the things that I think is really exciting about the Timor-Leste, the media market in particular, is how much press freedom is talked about, and the Press Council runs the Press Freedom Days. It's a big celebration, and this particular activity here for the 50th anniversary of Balibo 5 is just that commitment to the ideal of press freedom and what it means for the country for the future. It's a real commitment to the country for the future. So I'd say to young journalists is it's an amazing profession. It's a difficult profession, but it is something that you are actually contributing to a whole system that has meaning, and it's really about the development of Timor-Leste and ensuring that the country has a magnificent future.
Okay, well, thank you very much for being with us today and for sharing with us some of the valuable insights as well as reflections, and we wish you all of the best of luck.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been a great honour, and I hope the events over the next couple of days are a great success. I know they will be.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, that is all for today for the exclusive interview in English. I'm Digna Sanong, and with today's team, we thank you for watching, and we will see you next time.